big die roll win by Tom. You can see how much it mattered for him, closing his eyes, putting his up in prayer. Can he finally have the breakout performance?
Yeah, that prayer is probably the most important card in his deck as well. If you go first and you can activate it in the draw phase, you can sneak quite a lot of few plays underneath a John Lockbird. So let's see if Tom has that in the cards.
They were the most played deck in Top Cuts with 18 each. And here we see the Fuvalos. Do we have a response from Tom?
Let's go.
And a second one.
Wow. That
Yeah,
hurts.
A little wins from Tom there. He is running so many cards to try and deal with these Molchamis. When he goes first, he has got the Call by the Grave, he has got the Crossout Designator, but in this case, not got access to either of them. Looks like his deck is very combo heavy, very going first oriented.
Also like the addition of the Crossout Designator in the main deck, just, you know, to have an extra option just in case. This one is gonna hurt, to be fair. Like the double Fuvalos being drawn from Giuseppe. Difficult to navigate through this, and what else can you expect if you're Giuseppe now? The ritual get activated from Tom. Not easy, honestly, to play under Fuvalos like double. Yeah.
Yeah, it really depends on the choice of deck. There's so many ways to play Mitsurugi, and you can play the version that Tom is playing with the highest ceiling, with the Ryziel cards and a couple of Fiendsmith cards thrown in. It opens so many options up, but on the other hand, these are all cards that you don't really want to have when you're staring down a Molchavi Fuvalos.
And yeah, here the German player, amazing accomplishment, amazing career, is gonna try his best to just navigate such a tough spot, but he has been here multiple times, winning on stream in the past.
We are seeing the mirror. A lot of players this weekend have opted to include a bigger Mitsurugi package in their Mitsurugi Ryziel decks, and Tom is no exception. He's running the mirror, so presumably accompanied by some pre-preparation of rights. And here we see, even in the main deck, the Mitsurugi Magatama, I think it is.
Magatama.
Offer you a bit more options in your ending field.
Yeah, seems like a common occurrence. We saw it in Johannes' deck also when he knocked out Joshua Smith. He's still one of those players in the event, so maybe this is, you know, a new
Addition,
addition to the deck.
Yeah, Mitsurugi is a theme with a lot of different options that you don't have to run, but you can. There's some very powerful other cards, like the Magatama, like the Trap, that can negate a monster effect as well.
Are we just going to pass? No, seems like we are. Wow, interestingly enough, we're going to just proceed the normal summon that Purulia and give 2 more draws.
2 cards for 1
Wow.
IP. Find out soon if it was worth it.
And yeah, that's a pass. So Giuseppe gonna start his turn with a lot of resources and staring down this IP and Futsu.
Yeah, this is the ideal situation for Giuseppe after losing the dice roll.
Indeed. Oh, and we start thing off with the ritual.
Oh, this could be a bit of a problem for Tom if Murakumo is the first thing to hit the field. Could neutralize the IP somewhat.
And oh, not quite. It's its own Futsu.
Oh.
And yeah, here soon enough we'll have another question of does Tom have any interruption in end?
You can also tell how much, you know, Tom really thought about summoning the IP, if that was really worth it, giving Giuseppe 2 extra cards. But I don't really think he's holding any interactions in his hand. I think he's just playing with the 2 set cards as well.
could be the case, and we're gonna find out soon, because now our area of chain links come from Giuseppe.
Yeah, Tom can start special summoning monsters from his graveyard, but if he does, then Giuseppe will have the option to summon some from his own as well. So we could see an army of reptiles on either side.
Yeah, I think he's just going for the IP.
Okay. Is it just gonna be SP? Yes, it is. So IP into SP. But still Giuseppe has so much to him. And yeah, look at this. I mean, we have seen Mitsurugi Raizel perform extremely well throughout the entire weekend. And at least one of them, of course, coming from this match, will be going to the World Championship.
Interesting choice there, Tom, neglecting to summon something from his own graveyard with his own Futso.
Yeah. I mean, we knew about that, but just, I mean, Tom, desperate means desperate measures, just trying to stay in this, give himself the chance to have another turn.
Yeah, we're gonna get so much back. We still have the Saji to come back off the Futso, and then the prayers can bring back anything else you like.
Ooh, but sudden change of mind right there at the end, and
then the Futso itself gonna come back.
Okay. Another chance to respond from Tom.
Makes sense. Giuseppe wanting to make sure he can summon something that also has its own chain link and maybe protect the effect of Futso a little bit.
Very least we know the Magatama is most likely there.
There's the Ash. Okay, all the prayers.
Magatama, yeah.
A lot of interruption from Giuseppe here. Let's see if Tom responds to this, but really it's going to be very difficult for Tom here now, because I think you're kind of forced to use the Nagatama. I feel like
yeah, I mean, Magatama, you can't do anything unless you have a reptile to tribute, so you might not even be able to use it at all. It's a real problem for Tom here.
That hurts.
Because, yeah, sometimes you kind of rely on the prayers to resolve and start bringing back your Futso, and then that can bring back other reptiles. But once prayers has been negated now, he might struggle to get anything onto the field, might actually pass his turn without even summoning Murakumo.
Indeed, and as we can see, Giuseppe just added his own copy of Magatama, making things even worse for Tom. Obviously, so much on the line. We saw, I would say, a bit of a UK dominance in the past few years at the European Championship, and until finally we had again an Italian winner in Esteban. So the question will be, can we have a back-to-back also for Italy? And we do have 2 chances at it with Giuseppe and Lorenzo. So obviously we'll be in support of whoever will be the most deserving to do so, but
yeah, I think it's
I think that is enough. Giuseppe does win game 1, going second. I mean, we know how good these players are. They're not gonna waste any time around. They definitely wanna try, if they can, to avoid, you know, game 3 on time, and then they want to try to play as much Yu-Gi-Oh as possible. And Tom, of course, knows when to pick up his cards, but as I've hinted at you guys, we can just also bring up the deck breakdown in a better fashion. And yeah, that is it. As mentioned, quite a surprise coming from Theodore, of course, but the rest conversion rate held from Swiss to the top 8.
Yeah, who would have thought no Malice in the top 8 whatsoever, especially considering what we saw on that day 0 with the points playoff, where everyone seemed to be playing Malice. All the decks sent were Malice. Everyone was prepared for Malice, and yet in the main event, this is what we see.
Yeah, I'm quite impressed, honestly, that there's no Malice left in the top 8. But we talked about this even before, how Vanquish honestly hit the field throughout the main event, and I mean, there's no surprise to me that he's showing up strong in the top 4 with 50% of our players piloting it. But at the same time, here now, Tom will go first again. So he has an interesting card that maybe we will see in actions, which is the Quackimero Guardian. And I think going first is deciding this in for sure. And maybe there will be the chance to see him in action. It's been a while, actually. It's been, years.
Absolutely. But on the other hand, you all know I'm a big fan of also Psy frames. So I'm excited to see that he has also decided to include those in. I mean, there is a universe in which you also bring, obviously Gamma is at 1, but like going first, it's by far, it has always been the best out to draw and lock. If it happens, you just win on the spot, but I mean, most likely they're going to be for going second. But regardless, this match should all be about the plays that we witnessed, not so much about our analysis, let's say. And since our players are ready, let's find out the outcome of Game 2. Here they are.
So is Tom going to have to stare down 2 Molchamis once again?
For now. Well, there goes one in the Prulia.
I think that Tom looked like he was saying hand, so that's going to be at least 1 draw for Giuseppe.
Indeed.
He sort of had the answer to draw on Lockbird there, because starting with Ritual into Murakumo against the draw on Lockbird is a really, really great way to do it, because then your opponent's forced to give up 2 cards, plus you've already got a Search and a Ritual in play. But in this case, no draw on Lockbird just yet, just a Perulia.
And here we see also the Serpent has been included by many of the players with these Ryziel cards in the deck, and pays off. We see another Fuvalos from Giuseppe is the question. No, not going to be the case, so at least not going to be staring down Fuvalos. But there is an Ash Blossom coming down.
Well, there's a talent as well.
Ooh, let's take a look at the end. All right, so interruptions are not there anymore. And, well, it's an interesting one.
Yeah, this one makes a lot of sense to me. Saji, I don't know if Tom knows his opponent's deck list, but that Engraver is stuck because the only target is Sanct. You might have an inkling that is the case, because I think in these decks where you're running all 3 engines, Mitsurugi, Ryziel, and Fiendsmith, you're going to struggle to include so many targets.
Yeah, definitely an unfortunate end that from Giuseppe. And now we are full knowledge, so we can do whatever we want.
Yeah, he knows as long as he doesn't summon from the hand, so probably no Ryziels today.
Yep.
I mean, no one had to use any Ryziels in the last game either, actually.
No, fair enough.
Such powerful cards, but do have that downside into the Molchamis.
Yeah, I mean, could still see some, but maybe from the extra decks, not so much from the end.
Tom, it looks to me like a Moon of the Closed Heaven if we're going to go for a Link 2 right now. Here we go. Tom running the most trimmed down Fiendsmith engine that I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Which one's his, though? There's only one Engraver.
There it is. That's the engine.
That's it. That's the engine.
That's the engine.
Well, it's still 4 extra deck slots, but it'll do.
But yeah, we decided to include only one Engraver in deck.
But it's definitely worth it if it can get any two monsters into a Wave King Caesar.
Yeah, debating about the position, it seems like probably not fully aware of what the side deck from Giuseppe is, but in the end decides to summon it in attack mode. Makes sense given it's, you know, only 1800 in defense, I believe. And yeah, it's gonna take quite a lot for Giuseppe to come back into this, especially given, of course, the Purification is going to join the party. And we could have another very quick game, one draw.
I'm trying to imagine what it is. The answer is almost always X Ryzel, but I'm not sure X Ryzel is going to cut it.
We knew about that, and of course it's got negated. As you have mentioned, we cannot use the engraver from end, no other target available. And yeah, it's a pass, so yeah, doesn't look like we are going to be waiting all that much. We have an Ash.
So the card that was drawn was the Ash.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah, but the Ash
Doesn't really change.
Yeah, doesn't really do much.
Yeah.
Futsu can come
And
straight
yeah,
back.
Giuseppe has seen enough, smiles it off, and picks up his cards. Well, we didn't want to have it any other way. It's gonna take a game 3 to decide who goes to the World Championship. Solid effort, amazing tournament by both of them. But now it all comes down to this one game. It's all or nothing.
Yeah, and Giuseppe with the advantage of going first. We saw him manage to flip it in the first game with those 2 more Charmy Fuvalos, but I'd still probably take going first if I had the choice.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, these really are, I would say, probably the most unique situation you can ever be in a Yu-Gi-Oh match. Many call it the match of your life. I, for one, can tell I've been on both ends of the spectrum, unfortunately, both winning it and losing it a couple times. And yeah, it's not comparable to anything else, I'd say. And, you know, especially when you do it on stream, well, that's something else.
Yeah, just getting word for a little update for you guys on our backup feature match is that Christian has taken the first game. So it's 1-0 over there, playing at a slightly slower pace than the players on our main feature table who are already rocketing ahead into game 3. But, you know, the more you play, the faster you can get. And you can get more games of Yu-Gi-Oh! In and have a lot more fun.
And I mean, for us, it's kind of a best of both worlds scenario, because possibly we could even get to, you know, have a peek at that match if this one is done that quickly as it has been proceeding up until now. But yeah, again, just want to express, you know, the biggest congratulations to both. And now we'll have a go at finding out who will be the 4th player actually going to the World Championship, because for anyone who has missed it, the playoffs already sent 3 amazing duelists. When it comes to their nationality, because that it's always something interesting to also look at, we have already 2 French and 1 from Germany, and let's see who is it going to be. Is it going to be a second one from Germany, or can Italy sneak in? Our players are ready. Let's go to the table. And here they are. Giuseppe will have a shot at going first for the first time in this match, by the way.
Players are just counting up, making sure they have side decked all correctly.
And there goes a nice handshake. Important moment. Arguably the most important of their Yu-Gi-Oh! Careers up until now.
Here comes the Saji.
Seems Tom He's not holding any Mulcharmin so far. We'll soon find out if that will be the case. But here comes the prayers from Giuseppe. Let's see if there's any response to this, but doesn't seem like, you know, I think it's holding a, I think it's on a side frame.
Not tributing a card for prayers. This is not something you see every day. Just adding a single card that's assigned to me of quite a weak hand.
And here it is. I think it's the first time in the weekend we see a side framing delta being activated. And
oh, but is Giuseppe just reading that to see if it negates the activation? Because as we saw once earlier in a feature match, if prayers activation gets negated, then you can just activate another one. But that would seem quite unlikely considering he just searched a prayers. Oh.
Oh, and there's the axe.
It's going to lock him out of his Fiendsmith engine, but it will take, I would take that every day of the week if we get to a Habakiri.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have mentioned these side frames making an appearance, and obviously not quite the gamma, but still can be extremely annoying. And let's see if there is anything else from Tom to stop the aggression.
Yeah, maybe that potentially weak-looking start from Giuseppe has baited Tom into using that side frame delta a little bit earlier than he might otherwise, because you've got to imagine that's normally wanting to negate a ritual.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a very powerful card, but you really need to be careful where to activate it, right? Because I feel like if Tom doesn't have any other interruptions, that, of course, is not enough.
Yeah, and in fact, Giuseppe can just go ahead now and pick up that prayers back from the graveyard or search another copy later in the turn.
It seems like that will be the case. Couldn't return the favor to Giuseppe, who has been just throwing Mulcharmis at him all match long. And that is a big issue, because obviously that's the downside of side frames. They do occupy your field.
Comes ritual number 2, and how often do we see Mitsurugi losing after resolving a ritual spell? I can't imagine it's very often. Here comes surely the Murakumo, and I guess in this instance he wouldn't wipe the field, although Giuseppe seems to think that he wants to.
What an opener from Giuseppe, and Tom doesn't have anything else, I think. I think it was the only hand trap that Tom was holding.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that board wipe there, because it just opens you up to, you know, if Tom, for example, just had another delta, he would now be able to use it. I think you can take it as a given that there are no Mulcharmis in his hand, though.
Indeed. But that would be a funny way to you know, have another go at it from Tom, for sure. Let's see. We could soon find out, but for now we do get to see some Ryzel action for the first time ever in this match. I mean, just shows the difference in power. I would assume he's playing a light package when it comes to the payoffs. Not expecting like cross, but I don't know. We can take a look at the deck list from that. And yeah, we do see the detonator right away.
Yeah. He plays, yeah, there's the one detonator, one dual drive, and that's it.
I think
it's
yeah.
very small Ryzel package, yeah, of course.
I think they're just checking whether he was able to summon the sword when he did. Maybe it was the case that the X was underneath the King of the Feral Imps.
Deck, yeah.
Might be a small problem there.
Yeah, obviously they're gonna check and just ask whether he has been given a warning. It doesn't seem like that is the case.
So Giuseppe can now ritual
plan
summon.
B. Good catch, and yeah, we are just gonna have to rely on our plan B instead, activating this mirror.
I think yeah, Giuseppe can find a way to tribute it if he wants to. He's not used Habakiri. He can use prayers again, although he might not know that because that is a pretty niche situation.
Of course.
Almost all cards nowadays say use once per turn rather than activate. Prayers is an exception.
But that would be quite the important time to just, you know, check, because imagine going down, you know, due to that, would be something to keep thinking about in the future. So hopefully he does spot that.
You know, I'm thinking he might not actually have any more reptiles to summon with the Habakiri. Maybe that's why he didn't activate it in the first place. So
yeah, now we get to this purification. And in the meantime, we have been informed that the backup future match just is about to head into game 3. The score was tied by Johannes, so they are 1-1 at the moment. But now it's a pass back to Tom. Definitely better than what we thought he was going to be facing off against.
yeah, for sure, this is a dream come true for Tom. I feel like after that X came down, I was imagining it was almost game over. But now we're seeing Tom looking at a fairly weak field.
And yeah, this is gonna be quite something to navigate for Tom. That was the only interruption he has, and it's gonna start with the bonfire right away.
I mean, we have already mentioned it. Ryziel cars have not been all that present, but now both players having access to them.
When is the time to use Murakumo? Because it's always a bit of an art when to make your opponent discard a card. But my feeling was sooner rather than later if your opponent activates Bonfire in case X is the next thing to hit the field.
Well, it's gonna be ice instead. Yeah, this could be an issue. And we use the purification right away.
Okay.
I mean, it is a big investment, but it is so much value you get off ice if you let it resolve. And against the sort of lighter Ryziel engine that Tom is running, maybe Giuseppe knows that, he might not have any more Ryziels to follow it up with. I think I spotted a Call by the Grave in the hand for Tom, but can you afford to Call by the Grave a Murakumo when you're also running the Mitsurugi deck?
We also are not using it anyways, so wow, look at this.
Pressing onwards with the prayers.
Yeah, Tom is doing some thinking calculations. That has to be an unfortunate sequence and choice from Giuseppe, from that king.
Yeah, so easy to do, just not thinking carefully about which material to detach. You'd think at some point it's such a minor decision, but even these minor decisions can come back.
So impactful, honestly. Gotta feel bad for him, but obviously Tom, on the other end, he's gonna obviously take the chances that are given to him. And
Giuseppe definitely not out of things yet, though. He is going to get his Futso effect. if he survives Tom's turn, then he is for sure going to have follow-up for days. He's going to have a handful of Mitsurugi cards and a handful of, well, at least one Ryziel to play with. But is it going to live the turn?
I'm not too hopeful in terms of at least body language from Giuseppe.
Yeah, Tom's added Murakumo. It's about to come down. It's going to wipe the field, and what's Giuseppe going to have to say about it?
Yeah. You can see Giuseppe, a bit of a sad smirk on his face, but array of chain links available to him. Is there anything that Giuseppe can do to stop this? No, it's going to resolve and clear the field for Giuseppe. Wow.
Giuseppe still got one card face down. And anyone who's played against Mitsurugi knows that the face down card is always Mitsurugi prayers. Or could it be something else?
And now you can tell it is Tom, the one who is thinking about this situation, and that he's so close to doing it.
Oh, is he really gonna get away with this? He's gonna take it. Cannot be prayers.
Wow.
What is going on right now?
Crazy.
Yeah, that's
Crazy.
8,000 damage. Even with nothing else.
Crazy turn of events, and Tom just doesn't seem like he's willing to stop. He's got his eyes on the prize, wants to make it to Paris and have a chance at becoming European champion and finally having that title under his belt. And it seems like he's just moments away from possibly achieving his dream.
What is that face down? How many extra deck cards has Tom got going on here? Oh, he's got the moon next. Yep. Gonna cycle through the Fiendsmith cards, it looks like. Is this the time? This is the last moment to activate a potential Nibiru, but are we gonna see one? I guess not.
Not gonna be the case. King Caesar, it's the field, and that seems like it could be moments away now for Giuseppe.
Yeah.
Read him in his face. He's just in quite the unfortunate spot. Here comes Detonator.
Wow.
We are gonna attack, and there goes the entry. Wow, what a match.
Yeah, seeing players come back from behind multiple times in the same match. This deck, it's so explosive, it's so powerful. So if you don't have that first turn up to scratch, your opponent is going to come back.
I mean, congratulations to Tom, because he was an absolute thriller. Like, he was down 1-0 and came back. I mean, an absolute match.
No,
wow.
what a match indeed. I mean, amazing stuff from both. Gotta feel bad for Giuseppe. Had his chances. Unfortunate sequence right there at the end. They are showing each other the cards that they had, discussing whether that would have changed anything. I guess we'll never know. But congratulations to Tom. Amazing season in the past couple of years, and deserving for sure his spot at the World Championship. This is just one of the many amazing matches that we have in store for you guys, and that's why I want to hold on, pause the winner interview, because we still have a game 3 going on for the backup future match. So let's just jump back into action. And there it is. These two have been absolutely trading blows.
Yeah, only 10 minutes remaining on the clock, and we're into game 3. We can see that there can be only one. Not a card we've seen a lot of this weekend, but I think I've seen it in every Vanquish Soul player's side deck, and Christian has managed to find his copy of it right here. Going to be very difficult to play around if you're playing Mitsurugi. Every single card is a reptile.
As mentioned, this is going to be a tense one for sure. It's again a match where we could see Rysel Mitsurugi advancing, or it is going to be Vanquish Soul. I think also Christian is one of our Italian contenders. We do have another one who has a chance at going. I'm not sure, unfortunate by Johannes, but I'm pretty sure he's also German. Do we have the same clash, right? Yeah. I don't want to obviously make a mistake there, so we'll wait. But regardless, I mean, another amazing match. We get a chance to just see this ending right here.
Yeah, here we see a unique player of a tribute summon of Engraver, and you can activate the effect. I'm looking at Christian's graveyard, and I'm seeing a Paradise Smasher, and I didn't see anything in Johannes' graveyard to negate that. So did he just lose his Paradise Smasher roll? Is that what happened here? That would be a very unfortunate way to go out, but I don't think anything else could have happened. It looks like Johannes is playing freely, so
yeah.
That would be absolutely crazy thing to happen.
Indeed. I mean,
but yeah, there it is. It's in the grave.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Could that really be the game to decide whether you go through the World Championship, you lose what is kind of like, what, 6% something?
I'm stunned if that's happened, yeah. But like, Christian's not activating any effects, and like he just had a rock on the field. And here comes Johannes. He's playing very fast. There's nothing in the grave that he looks like he could have negated it with, so. But it's looking like Johannes is in a very good spot.
Indeed.
He's just answered the copy of There Can Be Only One. It's ritual summoning again. He's got a Dynamondo in play for next turn, if there even is a next turn. Playing very fast here, as you might do when you are this close to the World Championships.
Yeah, just look at this. It seems again like the upset might be behind the corner, because Christian, similarly to Giuseppe, also won game 1 in this match and could be about to, you know, receive this comeback victory from the opponent. Johannes had an incredible run this event, knocking out big names in his top cut run.
Yeah, and it is looking like he's got stuff for a rank 4 materials there, and in Ryziel decks there's often one thing that spells, which is Ryziel Duo Drive. You can start unlocking more cards. Christian only holding on to 2 cards in his own hand.
And yeah, this is quickly getting out of hand, because you know, Christian is left with 2 cards in hand.
No, by the way, I got confirmation from the judges that he did win the roll, so I guess it just didn't have enough to then close the duel. So it's probably that it just passed you know, another turn in between and couldn't close it.
What a way for a game to go.
Absolutely, yeah. So Johannes managing to do the impossible, basically locked under the Smasher and still managing to, you know, wait it out and find a way. Maybe with some hand traps to slow things down.
But there were, I looked at it, there didn't look like there were any hand traps in his graveyard.
Yeah,
but there's not that many cards in Christian's graveyard either. I'm amazed at that sequence of events. I feel like in most games, if your opponent Paradise smashes, you just kind of say, okay, that's that. But you're never going to do that in the top 8.
Of course.
And here we go. Johannes can't play fast enough, it seems. Wants to resolve his Fiendsmith sequence.
Yeah.
Gonna summon a Desiree.
It's also surprising that if that is the case, they're still both on 8,000, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like at least he would have pushed some damage that turn. So maybe that's why we are rushing. I don't know. Obviously, some interesting insights there. Yeah, I mean, Johannes now is in a quite comfortable spot. I think I also saw Ghost Ogre hiding in the end, just in case for that field spell coming up.
But yeah, this is millions of damage. So
Yeah.
not so much even needed. He's just going to put a little more just in case. Just in case like 20,000 wasn't enough.
And that is it! So Johannes also making it to the World Championship. Wow, I mean, you can hear the crowd just exploding. Rough day for Italy, not gonna lie. I mean, gotta be a bit heartbreaking for us, but I mean, again, we only had the chance to get a peek at that game 3, as you've mentioned. Must have been an exciting, game, because the start looked like it was going to be Christian's game and match, but something must have gone wrong there, and therefore we have yet another amazing player who was missing that breakthrough that is now going to the World Championship. What a cast of amazing players we are just putting up together.
Yeah, this is absolutely incredible events here at the World Championships. We're seeing one vanquished soul having lost, but there's a mirror match on the other side, so we're going to see at least one person taking the deck and at least, well, 2 people with Raizio Mitsurugi.
Yes.
Yeah, really curious to see vanquished soul in action, to be fair, and I mean, both of our matches have been incredibly along the line. It could have been either way, and what a comeback from our players now going to the World Championships.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just amazing, and I'm so glad that we decided to split the top 8 into 2 so that we can now move on to enjoy even more top 8 matches. It has been absolutely incredible, and I'm sure we'll have even as much fun in the remaining ones, which I gotta say, if this was, as you have mentioned, Tom, more on the Mitsurugi Raizio thing, we are gonna switch to the Vanquish Soul side of the bracket, because the first match and the main future coming up will be the one between the hero of the people, Theodore, with his Sky Striker deck, and the last hope standing for Italy. If there is a man that can bring Italy to the World Championship, is Lorenzo Muselli. And then the backup future match will be a mirror match between 2 other Vanquish Soul decks. So it's still a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh coming up, but before we do that, let's just take a moment and enjoy a deserving interview with the winner of the previous future match.
And so, congratulations, Tom, on the win. And I really want to tell me, for which event did you just got the golden ticket? Was it the World Championship, right?
It was, yeah, it is. It is a World Championship.
And I want to ask you, what does it mean that to you?
Honestly, I cannot even say it about. I don't know. I can't even put words into it. Like, it's so unreal, surreal. So I've always dreamed about going to Worlds. Like, it's the dream of every Yugi player. Like, everyone who's going to locals one day wants to go to Worlds. And I just made my dream from the last 10 years come true.
So
I'm speechless, honestly.
You just accomplished the dream of the little Tom, right?
Exactly. Even of the not so little Tom, yeah.
And I want to ask you right now, you are still in the tournament.
Yeah.
What does it mean to also bring the trophy to back to Germany? What does this mean to you?
I mean, I've lost 2 finals back to back against my good friend Ka and Samir. I didn't play the best Yugi in the top 8 because I was so nervous, but I am at Worlds. A dream is accomplished, and now I will get the win as well.
I mean, at this point, and at
being European champion is better than being a YCS champion or German national champion.
And
now
I mean,
this is the goal.
At this point, first of all, everyone is nervous, and it was very clear that when you are nervous and you are so close to be in the World Championship, obviously you can make one or two bad moves, so no worries.
Yeah.
And I really want to ask you that, have you understood that you are not a potential European champion only, but you're also a potential world champion?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe this is also better than a national and Western champion, right?
Apparently everything is better than a German champion, yeah.
So I have some clips prepared so we can discuss
of course,
and to
yeah.
analyze. So first of all, you said that that you was nervous during the match.
Yeah, I made
So
some huge misplays, but yeah.
it's not about to misplay. I want to just share your mentality. So in game one, you know that how important this match is, and you get double Fugalos, and also on a Habakiri effect that you are committed to special summon from the deck.
Yeah.
How was your feelings at the moment?
Honestly, at that point, because I saw my hand, I had zero non-engine. I had 2 Habakiri, Mirror, X'd, and I don't remember what the other one was. I think Ritual Spell. So I was like, game is pretty much over because I have 0 non-engine. I cannot give him 20 draws. So I just try to do my best and just pass on Futsu, give him everything, give him only 2 draws. But then I've thought if he starts with Ritual Spell, then IP is pretty good because he cannot Murakuma wipe it. And then I can still get Futsu back afterwards. But that's all I had in my mind. I was actually very frustrated because how can you have fucking double Fuvalos in top 8? It's crazy. But yeah, I was perplexed at the moment.
Did you zone out, or you was just thinking
I
that
kind of zoned out, yeah.
you zone out?
Yeah,
right?
kind of, yeah.
Well, it's okay, but it's obvious that you were so
Like,
close and
yeah.
you felt the pressure. I
Like
understand.
at the moment where I dropped the second Fuva, in my head I lost the game and already started focusing on the second one and third one.
Yeah, and this is a very good advice for the audience also.
Yeah. Like you cannot win every game, especially like if you don't have any non-engine and your opponent double Fuvas you. And of course I had different plays. Chaining IP was not good, but yeah.
You was just preparing for the next games.
Yeah.
Just saying, this is a champion's mentality. Just saying.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, the second video is how you reacted to the Ash Blossoms, and I want to ask you about the potential talent that you activate here. What is your thought process on Saji that you eventually put back in the deck?
I mean, I was very happy about the Ash Blossom because my talents was live and I had a very easy way to get back to everything because I had kept prayers in hand. And I know he's probably only on 1 engrave and 1 sanced, so both are bricks in hand. And if I get back of Saji, prayers is the only way for him to play. So if he doesn't top deck a ritual spell, a ritual monster, X would have been quite annoying. But if he doesn't top deck anything good, it's pretty much 1. Yeah.
Okay.
So I like that he ashed my ritual spell.
So you cut off the Mitsurugi engine, meaning that the ritual spell alone cannot do pretty much anything.
Doesn't do anything, yeah.
Yeah, and just let him with the Findism that you could read that they are both the only engine pieces.
Exactly,
and
yeah. I
you
had
could
to
not
read that Engraver's a brick and his only target is Sanct, because why would you play Sanct if you have Tractus and Larry in your deck? Yeah,
Especially going second also.
Yeah, that's why I thought Saji is the only way to Prayers is the only way to play, so I just get rid of Saji. Yeah.
I see. The third thing is about side deck options that you have made, and it's the Cyframe Delta. How do you feel about the Cyframe engine as a whole, and of course Delta alone?
Delta is pretty good into everything going second. Like even against Maris, they always start with Gold Sarcophagus against me. So if you delta it, you might have a shot, go second. I honestly have no clue why I delted Prayers. It negates the activation, so Prayers is live again. And I knew for how he played that he had Ritual Spell in hand. So I've just let him search Murakumo or Habakiri, negate the Ritual Spell, it's way better. But I looked at my hand and I had such a good hand that I was like, I don't know, I zoned out 1 second and then I negated it, and then after that immediately I realized, what did I just do? Like, just let him have the ritual monster, negate ritual spell, and he has no follow-up because he already used Saji, so there's no other way to get back to ritual spell.
I see. First of all, it's obvious that when you have a very good hand in so pressure games, you can zone out and don't make the right options every time.
Like I was so nervous. Usually I don't make those kind of misplays.
I think that you have proved that in the past plenty of time, so no worries. And I wanted to ask you about the fourth clip. I think for me, it was the moment that it gave you the ticket to Paris. Did you also felt that or not? It's the time that Murakuma resolved the effects to destroy the whole field.
I would like to go back a little bit into his turn, because when he searched the trap, he took like a minute to search it. So I knew there's no shot the other card is prayers. I still like try to make a move the place around prayers being set. But when I activated Ritual Spell for Murakumo, I pretty much knew that there's nothing left, because I knew both cards in hand and the set had to be a bluff. So I knew if Murakumo resolves, I just go dark, and if it's prayers, I force it, and then I talent in hand. Yeah. So I just go talent, take, and it's over. Yeah.
Okay, I see. So a lot of raid back and forth there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I see. So again, congratulations again for the win. You are going to Worlds.
I'm going to Worlds!
Come on! This is your moment. But one step at a time. You are currently a potential European champion.
Yeah.
I hope that you can bring the trophy back and you can be the champion that I know that you really try hard to be, right?
I will give my best.
Yeah, congratulations.
With this time for real.
Congratulations again for the win.
Thank you.
I hope you the best and see you in Paris, man.
Thank you.